Hi, welcome back. It's Andrew again. So learning the science is not enough because in positive psychology, there is also the area of practice where we help you to apply the theories to your daily life and experience the transformation it can bring. So the first one that we mentioned just now is flow. So let's look at flow. And this method is going to help you identify the activities that will help you engage in flow. Remember just now, in the previous section, I asked you to think of certain activities that you're doing. And in this section, we will look at whether these activities that you've thought of are flow or not. So remember that flow is experienced in activities that meet certain requirements. In this next week, when we have identified whether your activities are flow or not, do more of it. And also important that if you have any new activity, identify whether it is a flow activity or not. Okay? So let's look at this questionnaire that I have put on the screen. So in the next week, whenever you have any activity and you want to see whether it is a flow type of activity, you answer this questionnaire. The first question is, how important is the activity or task to you and your goals? So the higher it is, the more it is linked to its importance, then you give a 5. If pretty much 4, somewhat 3, a little 2, and not at all 1. So is it interesting? The thing that you're doing, is it interesting? Is it challenging? Do you enjoy what you are doing? How hard do you concentrate? Did it require you to be to give lots of concentration or not? Did you use a high level of skill or just very simple, the task? And how much were you learning? So of course, the higher the score, or the nearer your activity is to flow. So once you've identified, then I encourage you to add more of these activities in your life, because when you do so, like I said earlier, is that the more you experience flow, the more engaged you will be in your life. Flow experience also correlates with peak performance, leadership, and so on and so forth, which I think we should invest more time in actually having more flow. Now, once you have identified the activities or tasks, you can also create environments that help you enter the flow state quicker. So let's take an example. Let's say you are at your work desk, at home or in your office. Let's just think about this. How can you increase flow experiences in your work while you're doing your work? So now think about your work desk or workstation. If you want to experience more flow at work, 1, you can try to remove things that actually stop you from experiencing flow. So things like you can lock your phone in your drawer because your phone is always next to you, and whenever it rings, even though it is just a notification, you already want to look at it, so it disrupts you from being at flow in work. Or maybe you can work in a cozy corner, or playing light music in the background, or work first thing in the morning, or logging out from social media, which is very important for me at least. And also sometimes our desktop on our PC can be so cluttered. There are so many things there that it makes it very difficult for us to focus. And sometimes when we're doing one thing and we see something else in the desktop, we want to look at it as well. So it disrupts our flow experience. So if that is the case, look at your workspace right now. There are 2 things that I want you to do. The first one is to decrease the things that impedes your flow. If at your workspace right now, there are certain things that is actually causing you more distraction than more focus on your work, take it away. Yeah. Now, of course, you can also add more things that can increase your chances of being in flow. So if there are certain things like if you want a plant in front of your desk, or if you want a nice scenery, of course the nice scenery can be a distraction as well. But if that works for you, or if you want to move your table to somewhere that can actually overlook the window, rather than against the wall, or you want to put a picture of your family or anything like that, that will help you to be able to focus and also help you to enjoy your work. Do so. So increase things that help you to experience flow, and decrease or remove things that would impede flow. You can try that, and that is applying what we've learned to identify flow activities. And for example, at work, what is it that gives you flow? Increase. What is it that doesn't? Decrease. So this is one application that we learn in positive psychology.